Hello everybody, quick little vlog game time. Let's talk about Rage 2. I did a previous video, but I wasn't fully satisfied with it. I don't think I touched on specific topics that bothered me about it, so let's really get into it. Rage 2 obviously is a 10-year waiting sequel that decides to change a few number of things about what I guess really happened in Rage. So now you are a random soldier who gets upgraded to being a ranger, to help your fellow survivors against the Authority that are a bunch of mutants, and one of them is led by a human cyborg. I don't know. Mostly, a lot of my feelings feel like that the story is just kind of bland and forgettable, kind of stereotypical. You do get to pick your character, at least, at the beginning, but really, I mean, you just get a choice between, you know, a woman or a guy. I chose the woman, just because it just seems just a bit more appealing. All in all, it's a basic first-person shooter with tiny little RPG elements in terms of guns, and then you get nanobyte upgrades from the arcs that you find randomly, be it a new weapon or an armor ability. Like, you get a double jump at one point. And then you get a powerful melee attack, which I very rarely used, along with a dash and some other stuff. You also unlock a car at one point, and you can find other vehicles as you go out and about and explore various other different areas, be it looking for other arcs, going to other towns to find specific people along your main mission that you have to do, and then of course they have missions for you, and then there are shops where you can buy more ammunition, more health kits. But what really kind of bothers me about it is that you have a limitation on how many health kits you can carry, so that's, I guess, kind of like Borderlands, which is what this is heavily trying to be like in terms of it being fairly colorful environments, but you have a lot more weapon advantages and can carry and can swap out through. Of course, it's the weapon rack from Doom, where you have very specific weapons opposed to getting a lot of different weapons, be it sniper rifles or assault rifles, pistols, shotguns, SMGs, even a rocket launcher, you know, or mines, or all sorts of different stuff, which would have been a bit more interesting and exciting. Some of the car combat feels okay, and I mean, your primary vehicle is okay. It really doesn't feel that fast, especially when you hop into another car. But what's interesting is that they also at least designed the cars to have different defensive capabilities. Like one little car I hopped into, instead of having, you know, mounted machine guns on the front like your main car does, this one, I guess, drops bombs out the back of it, which is kind of cool, but not very good if you're trying to attack somebody that's in front of you. So, and there are car upgrades, stuff like that that you can get when you know, get a lot more abilities or resources and stuff like that. But I guess really a lot of my gripes are the only real reason why you go out on particular missions, other than to please characters and get further into the story and stuff like that and unlock new missions, is that when you go and you find arcs and you're fighting raiders or bandits or whatever the fuck, there's not a whole lot of reason to really go and just randomly search bases and stuff like that, because really all you're going to find is money stashes or these resource stashes that are these like crystal things that you use to basically upgrade yourself and whatnot. You know, and then, I mean, you can find some health packs, I guess, on either enemies, off their bodies, along with ammo packs. even though you can also buy those at the stores and can restock fully. Why they have several different stores for this, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It feels like it's trying to be other games instead of really trying to be its own. Like, I wonder if this would have been better if it was, you know, more like Fallout 3, that also had a vehicle that you could travel around in, you know, in order to get from place to place. You know, because it feels like it's trying to be a lot of things. It's trying to be Borderlands. It's trying to put in some Road Warrior in there. It's also being a little bit of Doom in terms of the armor, and then the, you know, the weapon circle that you have at one point. And then something, like a few weird things happened. Like at one point, my weapon setup got screwed up, where every time I would switch out from, like, my shotgun to my rifle, it was instead locked onto my pistol. And then even though, like, I didn't know how to correct it. I mean, this is how I figured out that I had a weapon wheel if you just hold down the triangle button. And I don't know why it kept doing this. I didn't know how to fix it, because there didn't seem to be anything in the menu about, oh, hotkey, this, or anything like that. Also, I was playing on the PS4, so there was that, and then I noticed from time to time there'd be some pop-in when I'm out driving around. You know, trees and such would sort of pop in, and they would kind of flicker a little bit, which was weird. And I only noticed this once, where when I was in town and one character kept on disappearing when I would walk away and then walk forward. And, well, once you notice it, it's pretty noticeable. So a few quick things I forgot to add. Tutorials. Who needs a tutorial in this day and age, especially to dash or to know how to double jump? That shit should be optional. Also, at one point when I was in this place and I found a new car, I couldn't get the front door open. I was looking around for a switch. Then, all of a sudden, not only had the car moved, but now the door was open. Where am I? Mostly, I just didn't find the story really all that interesting or appealing. It just felt incredibly stereotypical, as did a lot of the characters. The fact, too, that you are constantly reminded when you're out roaming around by other main characters about, hey, you should go, you know, find this main story character. I mean, we're still supposed to be looking for him, right? And then the fact, too, that your car constantly talks to you every time you get in and out. That's kind of obnoxious. I mean, at least when you pick other cars, they don't fucking talk to you. So that's nice. I don't know. I mean, the gun combat in general feels good. Enemies kind of feel like weapon sponges at times, where I remember I would be point blank with a character shooting them with my shotgun, and, you know, it would take like 3 shots sometimes to kill a particular character. And characters seem to have a lot of the same animations, be that for when they're talking or when they're fighting or dying. There's not much point to just roaming around and looking for random adventure, especially when you're stopped every few times when you're passing either a bandit den or a random mission. The game feels the need to stop you to tell you that, oh, here's this mission, when I really prefer if in Oblivion or in Fallout 3, when you passed by something that was a potential mission, it would just, you know, have this little thing pop up in the corner that was like, hey, there's this mission, but it doesn't stop the game. But this feels the need to do that. This was just very bland and just really forgettable. But then again, from what I heard about the first one was pretty bland and forgettable too. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. In my opinion, if you're interested in this, wait for it to drop in price. This definitely doesn't feel like it's worth full price. Anyway, see you guys next time. I gotta go to work.